So it's the end of the camp and it's time to take your tent down. I'm just going to show you some quick hints and tips about how to do that really quickly so that next time you come to use the tent, it's all in good working order. The first thing we need to look at is how to take a peg out really easily. In this example, we're going to use the guy line to help us do it. It's much easier. All we do is loosen the guy line down, then we use the string on the guy line as a handle to pull the peg out. And we're going to pull in the same direction as we push the peg in. The other way to do it is to use a peg you've already got as a hook. So to take this one out, we're going to hook it round and again pull in the same direction as we put it in. The next thing we're going to do is hank our guy lines. That means tying them up nice and neatly so that next time we come to use the tent, they're easy to untie and they're not all in a big bundled knot. The way to do that is to make it as short as possible by sliding the runner to the top. Take the whole length, fold it over, and then tie it in a big overhand knot. So you can make a loop and pass the whole end back through. That way it won't get knotted, and next time you need it, it's ready to go. So now they've taken out all the pegs, the next thing I have to do is to take off the fly sheet. And to do that, I'm going to unhook this pole and take the pole out first. Take the pin out, move to the other end, take the pin out, and then push the pole through the material. Keep going, each time sliding the material off the back of the pole. Then finally pulling the pole out and folding it back together. The next thing we need to do is take the fly sheet off and make sure it's dry, ready to pack away. The worst thing you can have is a fly sheet that's full of mould next time you come round to using it. The way we're going to do it, since it's a nice sunny day, is to lay the fly sheet upside down out in a bit of sunshine. Now we take the inner tent down by taking the poles out, just like we did on the fly sheet. Fold up your poles. Just like the fly sheet, the bottom of our inner tent might be wet as well, so we're going to lie that out in the sun to dry off that. Whilst they're drying in the sun, we can pack away the rest of this equipment. First thing to look at is your pegs. Just have a quick check, see if they're dirty. If they're covered in mud, give them a clean so they're nice and ready to use next time. You can use anything, a handful of grass will do the job. Next to the poles, grab all 3 bundles. Make sure there's no leaves caught up in them and put them in the bag. When it comes to tying the bag up, again use a bow. Make sure it's really easy to undo next time. Now we're ready to fold up the fly sheet in the inner tent so we can put it all back together and put it into the bag. Don't worry too much about following the same way that manufacturer folded it. Just get it to the right sort of shape so we can get it into the bag and it's really easy to take out again later. We want to fold it into a rectangle that's more or less the same width as your poles. As we do it, try and pull out any creases so that it sits nice and flat. Now I've done the fly sheet, I can do the same thing with the inner tent. Now that we've got our fly sheet and our inner tent folded into rectangles, we're going to put them together and roll it up so it fits in the bag. Take the fly sheet, lay it on the top, get the poles and the pegs, put them together. The temptation with this is to start rolling too soon. What we need to do is fold it up to speed the process up. So we're going to fold the inner tent over the top, fold again at the point where our poles were, and then start rolling from here. As I roll, I'm going to scrunch it to push out any air. And I can then put this into the bag. So that's this tent packed away and ready to go for next time. Only 3 more to do.